Whittward Carver, the crimson-haired caper. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts because I'm about to spin you a yarn that's more twisted than a pretzel in a tornado. Welcome to the blimey madhouse that is the crimson-haired caper. Imagine this: London, a city where the air is thicker than a politician's lies, and the streets are paved with equal parts dreams and disappointment. Enter Jabez Wilson, a pawnbroker with a head so red it looks like a postbox at sunset. This bloke is sharp as a beach ball, but he's our protagonist, so hold on to your hats. One day, Wilson's assistant, a clever chap named Vincent Spaulding, points out an ad in the paper. The crimson-haired caper, it reads. £4 a week for easy work. All red-headed men welcome. Wilson's like, blow me down, that's more dosh than I make flogging this junk. And off he trots, like a moth to a flame. Now, the mastermind behind this league is a fellow named Duncan Ross. He's got a face like a worn-out shoe and the charm of a second-hand car salesman. He tells Wilson the job is a cinch. Copy out the Encyclopedia Britannica, word for word. And Wilson, bless his heart, doesn't blink. He's like, why, sure thing, why not? I love a good brain-numbing task. Meanwhile, our narrator, a wise old owl who's as exasperated with Wilson as a teacher with a class full of jackanapes, is trying to make heads or tails of this nonsense. He's like, mate, this is as dodgy as a 9-bob note. No one pays that much for copying a blinking encyclopedia. But Wilson, he's too busy counting his coins to hear the alarm bells. Then, one fine day, Wilson turns up at the league office and it's vanished. Gone. Kaput. He's like, what the ruddy hell? And our narrator's like, told you so, you daft sod. But here's where it gets interesting. Turns out, Spaulding, the clever assistant, has been using the league as a smokescreen to dig a tunnel from the pawn shop to the bank next door. Because you know, what's more convincing than a league for red-headed blokes? And Wilson? He's been played like a fiddle. But does he learn from this? Does he heck? He's too busy being outraged that his easy money's gone. He's like, I demand recompense. And the narrator's like, mate, you're lucky you're not in the bloody nick for being an accomplice. Now the bobbies show up and they're about as useful as a chocolate fireguard. They're like, well, this is a right kerfuffle. And the narrator's like, a kerfuffle? It's a flipping bank job, you plonkers. But here's the clincher. The cops, in all their wisdom, decide that since no money was actually nicked, there's no crime. They're like, sorry chaps. Better luck next time. And Wilson's like, what the blazing hell? And that, my friends, is the tale of the crimson-haired caper. A story of stupidity, avarice, and the sheer ineptitude of the London constabulary. The moral: if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And if you're a red-headed pawnbroker with more greed than sense, you're probably up shit creek without a paddle. Oh, and one more thing. If you ever see an ad for a league for red-headed men, do yourself a favour. Run for the bleeding hills. You're welcome. And remember, folks, in a world full of fools, sometimes all you can do is laugh. Or weep. Or both. Now, who's for a pint? I know I bloody well need one. Cheers.